Les Sables it is a lot of people here because the weather is good, because it is a beautiful town, and also because it's holidays, and also because these boats, they are just looking stunning. So I am here to do, as you know, some lives, especially in French, but this afternoon, because I just met Don.
I'll be stopping and explaining your campaign as well. So,
See you later.
Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.
So it wasn't in my plan to do an English one today, but it's so full of people, and I just did my 2 French lives for today. So now, because I saw Mr. McIntyre, I will ask him what is his connection with some of the boats, because if he's here, it must be for a reason more than his G80.
Oh, yeah.
G580 reason.
580, yeah. I'm a globe today. Anyway, but
Yeah,
listen, this is a simple one. Violet, my connection with her started on the opening day of the village here, because I'd always admired her. I'd been making comments on Facebook on her posts. She's an amazing story. And I said, when we bumped into her, I said that then at the village, I said, oh, she's my hero after she left. She saw it and she invited me down to the boat, which is incredible. So we had the cook's tour of the boat. And the interesting part was I got to speak to her father. And the father told me some interesting stuff about how she got there. I mean, imagine having McDonald's as the sponsor. I mean, a lot of people would be tripping over that. But here's the deal. So here's her boat. Come around here. And it's the same story where you had an amazing young sailor who from a very young age always dreamed about the Vendée. And that was from when she was sailing Optimus dinghies. So it's the usual process.
Yeah. Okay. I just checking the sound. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so goes through the whole process. Does the class Mini 650, does the Mini Transat. Then she goes into Figaro when she was really young as well, and comes 10th out of the fleet, which is really good. And the family had to make a decision. They knew she was capable of doing the Vendée, so they actually bought the boat after they found people that were prepared to be part of their team. They didn't have the major sponsors. They bought the boat, and it's always the key. And then eventually they got McDonald's on board, and here she is at 23, going to sail in the Mocha through the Southern Ocean. She's never been in the Southern Ocean before, which is just such a fantastic story.
She never crossed the equator. She never did
yeah. But I'm just completely in awe to a degree, because I can't even imagine being in the Southern Ocean in the Mocha. The good thing is that you can miss a lot of the storms. You're going so far. Now, here's an interesting story. Conrad Colman, I've always admired him because he's never had huge budgets. He did a previous Vendée, lost his mast close to the finish, finally got in and became a bit of a hero. So he's a Kiwi, and we've spoken once. Anyway, the funniest story is...
Because it's good to see their boats too, and their faces.
MS Amlin Insurance Company, but here's the cut. In the official program, okay, he's shown with an Australian flag, not the Kiwi flag.
Yeah, what's this? What's this, dog?
Oh, no, that one's a real one. This is the real one. So they've got that right. The Kiwi flag doesn't have the Federation star here, and the stars are red. In Australia, they're white. But in the official printed program, he's got an Aussie flag. Yeah, Kiwis and Aussies are like that, so he'll be a bit miffed, but anyway.
You are happy, huh?
Yeah. But anyway, another great story, because he's never got the big bucks, but he's a really good sailor, fantastic communicator. He's New Zealander, but he speaks perfect French, and he's been in the game for a long time. And it was really touch and go whether he'd get into this Vendée, but he's actually made it again because of the person that he is, not just the sailor, but the communicator. It's a really cool story. So Conrad's another guy I admire quite a lot.
For the moment, they are not so much in the boats, the skippers, because they are still arriving, or they are on the sponsor stands in the village. I just try to make this view, but we don't see because of the sun. Yeah. They look great. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's quite impressive, and they have their communication mainsail up, which is they're showing them sponsors and pictures and so on. So quite incredible. So.
I'm still following you. Okay. Yeah, we cannot speak about all of them because it's too many boats. But I'm curious to see what connection can you have from Australia with some of the Vendée guys. You did Don. I remember. I remember Don.
Yeah.
You did the BOC.
Yeah,
I mean, you had at the beginning of the idea of the Vendee Globe. You knew Philippe Jeantot and all these people.
Yeah. I wanted to do the 1986 BOC. What happened was, the first one was in 82. Okay, 1982. Philippe Jeantot was there, and all sorts of crazy people that are now big-time
sorry.
sailors. But I was working on Aries wind vanes then, so I got to know them all. Philippe, all of them. Guy Bernardin and just a heap. And then I decided to do the 86 BOC, but I didn't have my boat finished, so I became the race chairman in 86. And in 86, that was when the idea of the Vendée came up. So there was Philippe Jeantot, there was Titouan Lamazou, there was Jean-Luc Vandenheed, a whole pile of me and at Birkenhead Marina. And I was the race chairman, so we knew what was going on. And the conversations in the pub and so on was all about what's next after these 4-stop solo round the world race. And it was to do a non-stop, so I remember it really well. And that sort of conversation turned into the first Vendée in 89-90. So, and in that one, that's the one I competed in. So
we are making so many people. We are making traffic jams.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to.
Okay, so here's another strong connection and an amazing story. DMG Mori, that's Kojiro. I first met Kojiro when he was a young. 34 years ago.
If you don't mind, I'll go this way because I don't see your face. Because of the sun, I will put you this way. Yeah.
I need the boat in the background.
Yeah, we can come here.
We'll start again, keep going. We'll stand over here.
Up.
So, okay, so here's another one with a really strong personal connection. So Kojiro and DMG Mori, he started the game as a boat support crew for a Japanese sailor called Yuko Tada. And that was in 1990. That was the BOC challenge that I was involved with. And I knew Yuko from the first race in 82. He designed and built his own boat called Koden Akira. And Kojiro was his boat manager, and support crew. In Sydney, sadly, Yuko decided to take his own life because his boat and the whole sponsorship thing wasn't performing. He was super slow. It was a bit of a disaster, but it was a very sad story that he took his own life. And then since then, Kojiro has been sailing sort of under the umbrella of his close friend, Yuko. And he then eventually went and did the Five Oceans race, which was how the BOC evolved. So he sailed solo around the world in the Five Oceans race. And then he came to do the 2016 Vendee Globe, but didn't finish. I think he was dismasted. And then he turned up again on the previous one in 20, same boat, but had some little problems, but did finish, and here he is again. So we've known each other for a long, long time, and it's incredible to see his progress and what he's doing. And now they're building a second Imoca specifically for the ocean race, which is the fully crewed race around the world when they'll have 5 people on board, 5 crew. And some of those ocean race boats, which is the old Whitbread that turned into the Volvo race, are actually here on the marina. I think there's about 5 of them, and you can see them. They've got more space for crew.
But I think not this one, but one.
No, this one. Okay, I can show you it.
I'm following Don, but Don is going so quick. It is so many boats. I will. Don will tell me some of the stories again. When I catch him, there's so many boats here and so many people.
So, this is Ocean Globe race. Sorry, not Ocean Globe. I'm in the Ocean race, which is the Volvo race that turned into the fully crewed Ocean race. And you can see it's got like an aft cabin as if it's a cruising boat. It's not.
Boris Herrmann.
Boris Herrmann, German sailor, huge in Germany. And they never used to be into Imocas and Vendée and so on, but they certainly are now. And so you can see the difference in the cockpit concepts. That's a big one. And it's as if it's a cruising boat with the aft cabin. Most of them have got open bits, but it just allows more space when you've got 5 sailors on board. So, and in the next edition, you can actually have 6 if you've got.
I go this way because I have the sound against me. I cannot see the boat. Yeah, it looks so different from the other Imoca. You can
see 3 hydrogenerators on the back and so on. So, quite impressive. Yeah. In fact, I was doing some calculations. I think there's over $300 million worth of hardware here. And campaigns, 40 boats. Some of these campaigns are costing upwards of 20 million euro over 4 years or something.
Oh, really?
So, and you add it up, it's about 300 million worth of hardware and campaigns.
I like him. He did all kind of adventure, but he's a good sailor too, with a chicken in his boat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm following you.
He's quite famous, a cruising boat with a chicken around the world. The chicken died about a year ago, and now he's doing the Vendée. It's quite radical.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, quite radical. Oh, this is Arnaud. Arnaud, you really got to take your hat off to this guy. He's like a perennial. This is his 5th Vendée Globe. He's not a huge guy like a giant. He's sort of down here somewhere, but he's a really friendly, happy chap. And local to Les Sables. He's always offering to help us with little things with the Golden Globe, you know, when we're doing stuff, lend us his rib or do something, or, you know, a GGR sailor turns up and he's in problem and they'll go out and help him and stuff. So he's never really got up on the podium, but this time he's actually got a hot boat.
But he finished them all.
He's finished them all.
He
yeah,
did
that's
5
part of the challenge.
Vendée Globe. Oh, sorry.
Gangway.
So a lot of people around.
Part of the challenge is to finish. He always finishes.
Yeah.
And Micheline, it's like just, again, baguettes, you know, and pastries, and they've got an Amoco, which is incredible. But anyway, finally he's got a hot boat. This has actually got foils and so on. He had a bit of an accident a month or so ago. He got hit by a fishing boat down the coast, but they fixed it up. They put it all together, and they're pretty relaxed. They're ready to go. So, interesting guy. We bump into him at the supermarket and say good day and all that stuff. So.
This one, it's a French boat. A whole team is the Pip Hare. It's a French company who put boats in the Vendée Globe since a long time. Desjoyaux, when he won the Vendée Globe, it was a Pip Hare boat, and yeah.
Interesting story with this boat. At one stage, there was plans to make, instead of using Amocas for the ocean race, they were going to build a special one designer boat, and they were going to be a whole fleet of them. So this was actually the plug for that concept of the Amoca type boat in the ocean race. But in the end, they've bought that one. There was only ever one done, and you know, there you go. It's a big, powerful boat, that's for sure. So, and they did the ocean race. Yeah.
I try to go quick because there are so many boats.
Yep.
At the end, we will do 2 hours live if we don't keep running.
I agree. I'm
Charlie
following.
Dallon, this guy, we don't speak about him because we don't have a direct connection with him. But watch this boat, because a lot of people told me he's a strong sailor and he's a hot boat. Yeah.
He's also got his cabin set up like as if he's going to do the ocean race, so I reckon he is.
Maybe.
He probably is. I haven't seen. He may have already entered.
This one, for the one who didn't follow yet the Vendée Globe, it's Maître Coq Yannick Bestaven, who won the previous Vendée Globe in 2020.
Hey, here's a bit of gossip. I'll let you decide whether you want to put this in, Ada. Well, I mean, Sam, one of the 6 women in the Vendée Globe. So they did this beautiful picture of 6 women, all of them that are in the Vendée Globe. And the caption never mentioned the word women. They just said there's 6 sailors in the Vendée Globe, because maybe it was going to be politically correct or whatever it is, because I know...
No, but the thing is done. I think the sailing, compared to other sports, it is only sport or women and men, they can compete together.
Absolutely.
They do the same job in the same boat. So I think this was maybe the idea, to say they are sailors like the others, you know, like the men.
But I just thought it was kind of funny because it was 6 women, and everyone's too scared to even say they're 6 women sailors because they're sailors. And I agree, they are absolutely sailors, but politically correct sometimes getting a bit funny.
Everything gets a bit complicated.
Absolutely,
by trying to pay attention, you mean, yeah.
Bonjour Samantha.
Samantha, she's on the village. She's speaking in the microphone somewhere. Hey, Don. Don, I think you know this boat. I think this boat,
yeah, jeepers, I went straight past. Okay, so I'm a bit of a fan of supporting women in sailing. You know, I've got a history of that. So I assisted Jessica Watson to sail solo around the world in her pink boat, you know, so when she was 16. Then I also helped a guy called Mike Perham, who was the youngest before Jessica. Okay, Mike Perham was an English guy. He went round and he was the youngest at 17 or something. And so we ended up in the Southampton boat show in about 2000.
When they scream so hard, you don't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
okay.
say it again. Sorry.
Okay. So some people may remember that I actually assisted Jessica Watson to sail solo around the world non-stop as a 16-year-old. Okay. So we're great mates. And then before Jessica, I helped a guy called Mike Perham, an English guy, who sailed solo around the world and was the youngest at the time before Jessica took it along the way. A few years later, I think it was about 2012 or 14 or something, we were with Jessica and Mike and me in the Southampton boat show, and Jessica was thinking about getting into class mini 650s. And who happened to be on the marina? It was Pip Hare when she was a lot younger, really keen. That was the start of her career, and it sort of said g'day, and they spoke about this whole thing. And here you go. And the big story about Pip is she's a self-made woman. She took so many risks to charter her own boat, her own Amoka, for the last Vendee Globe. But then when she made that jump, she then got support and she struggled through, and she became a huge story in the last Vendee Globe. So now she's got medallia, and she's got a full-blown Amoka that was a really hot boat previously. So she's got some big racing challenges now, but amazing lady.
Yeah.
I always tell her, on my comments on Facebook, I always just come up and say, Pip, I'm still smiling. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Okay. We're better than halfway through. Strange little connection with biotherm. Some people may remember Florence, who was sailing the original biotherm, trimarans, and her whole story, which is now a movie, like a movie called Flow. I actually met her in 1984 at the Ostar in the UK. She had a try.
Florence Artaud?
Yeah, yeah. When I say met her, we didn't go to the pub and have a drink. She was working on her boat away from the dock. It was a trimaran. Cleaning the bottom bits and pieces, and I was just looking at the boat and we just sort of said g'day. You know, that's about all. Same with Eric Taberley as well. That was the whole story. He was there with the chocolate sponsor with his bus, and I'd been walking away from the dock. This was in '84, I think it was. Ostar, and we said, anyway, I digress.
I'm sorry, I put so much pressure on you because I told you we don't do more than 10 minutes.
Yes.
But you have so many stories, so many. You know what? It's crazy to see how the sailing world, at the end of the day, it's a small world.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone
knows
everyone, meet everyone.
I was there at the 84 Ostar as an observer. It was an invitation from the Royal Western Yacht Club, who were running the race, because we'd formed the Shorthanded Sailing Association in Australia. So it was quite an eye-opener, to be there. And Philippe Jeantot was there as well on his catamaran, Credit Agricole, that he ended up flipping, which I'd met him with in '82 with BOC when it came to town. So.
Johan Richtrom, I like this guy. I'm speaking for speaking. I like him. He's very cool. He's a strong sailor, and he's a very cool guy. Yeah. I like him.
I think you've got to be cool to get into an Amoka. Yeah. Look at that. Attention to detail. They've got a cover on it just to make sure it doesn't get screwed over while it's here. Very good.
Who's that? Louis Duc. Oh, Don. Louis Duc, he sailed the Jacques Vabre, I think, with Marita Barley.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Hey, are you doing the virtual regatta or are you working for virtual regatta?
Working. Can I film for you?
Yeah, let's film each other. Okay. My name is Aida Valceanu. I'm doing a live in English with Don McIntyre. And I'm the only people in this town and in this department who never tried to do virtual regatta.
Really?
So why should I try? I hate technology.
Yes.
Are you playing yourself?
Yes, I am. And this year we are aiming to break that record.
Okay. What's your name on virtual regatta? I'll look for you.
It's the Gular, but I'm not really good on virtual regatta offshore. I'm mostly playing virtual regatta inshore myself.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But I will try. My name will be Aida.
And you'll try this year?
Yeah, and I'll be the 7th woman in the Vendee Globe. Okay. Bye-bye. Sorry, Don.
No, it's okay.
I met some guys, they had t-shirts with virtual regatta.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Jean-Luc, I just showed you this beautiful boat, no foils. He made the choice of doing a boat without foils, more comfortable. He said clearly, it's also because he wants to still do sailing without foils for a philosophical reason. I will make it short, I don't go there. But he also said that the foils are so tiring, and for him, he did this choice of, you see, watch the hull. The hull is so large, you see. Anyway, you don't see it very well. And Jean-Luc, he's very famous in French. I don't know if you heard about him. He's 65, and in the Vendée, in French you say the doyen, the oldest one in the race. The youngest one is Violette, that Don just speak about at the beginning of this live.
There's Manuel Cousin. another local guy, Les Sables. And his classic story, this is amazing. He's sort of a sailor, and he was in industry and business and stuff, and he retires to do the Vendee Globe. So he goes and buys himself a boat without any sponsors, like not a super fast boat, but an okay boat. And he actually did it. He was like another self-made Imoca sailor that got into it for the adventure side and so on. That was in the last edition, and now he's back again. He had a big drama about, probably 4 or 5 months ago when unfortunately, his existing sponsor had issues and they had to bail out. And he's thinking, oh, what am I going to do? But he immediately stepped into another backer, and here he is. And he's always offering to help with the GGR, doing all those sorts of things. It's a real community in Les Sables. So another local boat.
Even if he's doing Vendee Globe now and he become famous, he's still the normal, nice guy.
Absolutely.
He didn't change at all.
No, yeah.
So this is the guy we are speaking about. His name is Manu Cousin.
Yeah, cool dude. Yeah.
A lot of people are visiting the boat.
I got Jingkun Zhu.
Not easy to pronounce. We can see Jane is not here to help you.
Okay, here's the deal. So there's a real strong connection here. Jane's following the whole story with this guy as an Olympic sailor. He's only got one arm, so he's a true solo sailor, and single-handed sailor. And he was in the Paralympics for a couple of editions. Then with his wife, they sailed a pretty fast catamaran around the world, cruising 36,000 miles or something. And he decides he wants to do the whole Imoca thing, and he has, So he's set himself up here. He's got a local city in China doing it, and so the connection started when he was doing the Route de Rhum, I think it was. They got in contact with us, sort of thing, asked a couple of things. So now we're part of their support thing. We're offering to use our rib, Mona. So we'll be part of we'll be part of their official program on the day. We tell them that we got 7 guests or something coming on the rib, so we'll be out there. And we'll probably do a little live or something for that at the time. But yeah, a great story. Not a huge budget campaign, and he's often doing most of the work. You see the preparation he was doing for the Route de Rhum. He's out there. It's a very small team. With respect, I call it a low budget campaign, but is bang for buck. He's going to really do well. In terms of the whole story and inspiring people and so on. And Chinese in the Vendee Globe, sailing's not big in China. Ask Jane.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not big in China, but he's here and he's doing his bit. So it's one of those stories. But great people, good fun.
Story.
Yeah, good fun.
So I'm sorry, Don. I put so much pressure on you to do it
it's
quickly.
okay.
But it's still a nice tour of the pontoon and having some English
Absolutely.
speaking.
I think that's just about all my connections there. I can't. There's one connection down here, but that's through Tom. Tom from.
You have a connection with the English boat.
No, it's okay.
Who's this people?
Yeah, the connection here is just Tom for the chief mate from Ocean Globe Race. He's part of their team. Great guys. So there's quite a few Ocean Globe Race sailors spread through the fleet doing bits and pieces. There's a couple of Golden Globe Race connections as well. Oh, I missed the boat that... anyway, it doesn't matter. There's another one down there somewhere we would have walked past it.
And the GGR connection, Damien Guillou is boat captain for Violette Dorange.
So it is a small society, group, family, call it what you like. Yeah. And we'll be watching this Vendee Globe with great interest.
And this guy, I met him.
Yeah.
Olivier Hare. I met him thanks to the English one. I met him thanks to Tom Harper from the OGR. And he's a very cool skipper. Very cool.
Exactly.
It's so many people here, and it's not easy for them to speak, to have time for all of us. And this guy, she takes him time. He's always smiling. Very nice character, I think.
Yep, no, it's all pretty good. It's going to be interesting to also see the final wrap on the thing, is how the Starlink is going to change everything. I mean, it was pretty open previously with the reporting coming off the boats, but Starlink means you're basically fully online all the time if you want, so that's a big deal. And the other thing, the boats are so fast now. It's a funny thing, you drive your boat really well, you try to hope that nothing breaks. But as far as storms go, the boats are so manoeuvrable and so fast, they can steer around the storms. Nothing like the Golden Globe or the Ocean Globe or whatever it is. So it's going to be fun to watch. And 40 boats, so there's going to be plenty of stories.
Will you have time to watch? Because you are so busy with this one.
Yeah, this one's the Globe 580, our minis. So we're starting the mini globe race. We're racing 17 19-foot yachts solo around the world. So you can get, we're doing all the usual things, and it's going to be quite amazing. They're plywood, home-built boats. People will say, what? You can't do that?
This guy is completely crazy. He's a crazy guy. I can
so
tell
anyway,
you.
so that's the Globe 580, and we've just finished.
Actually, you sailed one of these.
I built one, a little 5.8 minute from
Lagos, no, from Lanzarote.
Yes,
to
solo
Antigua.
across the Atlantic to Antigua. It was 28 days for 3,500 miles or something, and it was a lot of fun. They're great boats, specially designed and conceived to race solo around the world, but 19 feet long.
I hope you'll still have time to watch my videos on my YouTube channel during this Vendee Globe. Even
Absolutely.
if you are so busy with the
You got to like, subscribe, make a comment.
Yes.
Click the thing because it really gets the algorithm going like crazy. So give Ada a break.
I'm just doing that for fun, but it's good fun. It's good fun, and actually, it's amazing because in the last week, I don't know why my video so many people are watching them. Even if I'm not professional, I'm filming with my phone. My microphones are never working.
Absolutely. For one day, Ada was the top rating video for the Vendee Globe.
Yes.
When you went Vendee videos, boom, Ada was the number one.
Yeah. So
Pretty
thanks
cool.
to you, in England I will be number one. No,
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking. It was cool to have you guys with
But
us.
the English ratings are slower than the French ratings. But anyway, there's only going to be 1 million people here. Anyway, thanks, Ada.
Okay, thank you, Don.
See
Thank
ya.
you very
Okay.
much.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 580.